Hello, my Virgo friends. Welcome to Rebel Moon Tarot. Welcome back if you're returning. This reading is for the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Asking Spirit to give us an idea maybe of the, that was face up in the deck, the Sun. That's interesting. So be in your happy place, stop worrying. Let's give this a shuffle because that is strange. I did not. Okay. Let's cut this deck again. That was surprising to me that there was an upright card. So yes, we're asking Spirit to give us some idea of the energy that may be coming towards us for the next couple of weeks, or what energy we may find ourselves in. I'm using the This Might Hurt Tarot deck, if I didn't mention that previously. I also have here some oracle cards for you that we'll read at the end. Those are tea leaf cards, angel oracle guide, and a find your own way oracle. Also, if you're watching this as I upload, it will be for the first couple of weeks of July. If you're watching it outside of that time frame, you're seeing it exactly when you're meant to. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Bottom of the deck energy is the Hanged Man. Love that. I love the Hangman energy. Okay, in this context, it may be asking you to move out of your comfort zone. May also be talking about seeing things from a different perspective, but we'll get some more information as we read through the cards. I read the cards, the ones that come face up. Generally, they're situations we recognize, energies we find ourselves in now or recently. So you may recognize the energy in these cards. And then the face down cards I read as the unknown. Oftentimes it's advice or confirmation or clarity in some way. So let's see what we've got. Upright, 10 of Swords. Queen of Swords. Ooh, I like that. 3 of Swords. Justice. I like those cards paired together. We've got no room, so I'm going to move over. Okay, so we got the Justice card there, the High Priestess, the Judgment, the Hermit card, that's you showing up in your own reading here, Virgo, and the Page of Pentacles. All right. So energies you might find yourself in right now, Virgo. You may be about to do something difficult. You may have recently done something difficult, something that was outside of your norm, something that made you feel a little bit uncomfortable, but I feel like you've gained some, you've gained something from it, okay? Yeah, you recently have, or you're just about to. Doing this thing that you haven't done before has given you a different perspective, and it depends on what it is you've done. It's given you a different perspective on people, on the world stage maybe, even a new perspective on yourself. Maybe you did this thing and it was uncomfortable for you, but you knew you had to do it, or you felt drawn or compelled to do it, and you feel transformed in some way after having done it. So this could be as simple as, you know, having an uncomfortable conversation, or, you know, speaking your truth in a circle that you normally wouldn't, Virgo. This could be filling in a role or stepping into a role that you don't normally fill. So, you know, the boss is on vacation, you step into their role and do, you know, handle their responsibilities while they're away. And you have a new, fresh perspective on their role, who they are, you know, why they do things that they do. The Hanged Man, although he looks, you know, that's got to be uncomfortable. He's put himself in this position intentionally to see what he could gain from it. So I feel as though this is something that you've done recently or are about to do. Now, I see the Ten of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Three of Swords. I'm reading those three cards together as one situation, as one circumstance. And or as one energy rather, it could be several different circumstances or situations. But what I'm seeing in those three cards, Virgo, is you standing up for yourself. The Ten of Swords is really you putting your foot down, deciding that the way something was isn't the way it's going to be anymore, because you're not going to tolerate it. That it's, you know, someone has breached your boundaries, or maybe you failed to put up boundaries and now you're putting up boundaries so that others aren't walking all over you. I really feel as though, you know, some energy or situation you've been in has made you feel, just hasn't felt good, Virgo. You know, maybe you felt unappreciated or taken advantage of, manipulated. And you've always known it. You've recognized it. But now you are putting an end to it. You're absolutely saying, you know, I'm not going to be the person you manipulate, the person you, yeah. I'm not going to be the one there to clean up the mess. I feel like you've already made this decision. You've probably, in some aspect, have already had this conversation, whether you've had it out loud or in your mind. But you're putting a real end to it and reclaiming your power. Now I read the Justice, High Priestess, and Judgment together. I love this for you because now you're seeking justice for yourself. You know that you've been in a situation that hasn't been ideal. You may recognize that you've been treated unfairly. I see the Justice card. One of the things that stands out to me is the fact that she holds a double-edged sword. It's that energy of sometimes when things are just, they perhaps also don't seem fair. Does that make any sense? Sometimes when justice is doled out, nobody gets out unscathed, right? It's also an energy of keeping the peace and standing in your power. Choices and decisions that you have to make. I feel as though recently you've just had this intuitive knowing that something had to change. You've been recognizing your own value and your own worth, and really likely have been really seeing where things have been kind of one-sided. The Judgment card, when it comes out, speaks of us, you know, thinking back on circumstances or our lives or, very important moments and the choices we've made and what the results of those choices were, Virgo. Maybe you find yourself thinking, would I do that the same way if I were to do it again? There are likely some choices and decisions that you made that you are really happy about, that you are really proud of, that you celebrate, And then there will be some that turned into learning experiences, life experiences, profound emotional experiences. These three cards and the fact that they're major arcana together with the Hanged Man is telling me that I feel as though you're waking up to the value of who you are. You're starting to recognize who you are unapologetically. Maybe before you kept yourself a little closed off, you wore a mask to the world because you were unsure if you could show up in your own energy or felt as though you'd be judged. And Virgo, you like things to be just so organized. You like things to be happy and content. You are very regimented in your own life. Your my Virgo friends are the note takers, the list makers, the pros and cons. You like to have things a particular way, and that's fantastic because we could all use a little more organization in our life. But you've only really held yourself to that standard, and now you're recognizing that you may have been unfair to yourself in not taking chances, in not making things or getting things a little messy, in wearing these masks so that there wouldn't be uncomfortable situations or so that you wouldn't feel different from the crowd. You kind of wanted to blend in. And now you're recognizing, no, that's not what I want to do. That's not what I want to do. That's not who I want to be. I want to show my own self. I want to show my own passions, my own creativity, the way that I love, the way that I want to look and talk and act, the things I want to do creatively, work-wise. This is a really coming into your own kind of energy, bringing back your own power. I love that. Now here's you, Hermit, showing up in your own reading, which is kind of like a big rubber stamp from the universe saying you know this to be true. It gives extra weight to the reading. It also suggests that if you're feeling still a little uncomfortable with choices you're making or decisions you've made or things that you want to do in the future, this kind of shift of your energy, if it's making you feel some kind of way, it may be a time to kind of step back and go inward. And just to take stock, just to, be very Virgo about it and do all the checks and balances of, making these changes, shifting this energy in your reality, in your life, so that you're doing things authentically. So you're showing up authentically. So that you're no longer following someone else's narrative. So spend some time in solitude, in self-reflection, and trust your own inner knowing, Virgo, because no one knows Virgo like Virgo, right? Let's see what's hidden. Yeah, this page suggests that with this newfound, well, it's not even newfound information. You knew this about yourself all along. Sometimes things you did or places you've been or ways that you've shown up have been uncomfortable for you, but no one else really recognized or noticed it because that's how you've always shown up. So this is not about discovering who you are. It's about showing up in spaces intentionally as yourself. And this Page of Pentacles suggests that you're now doing it. It's like a child stepping out for the first time, you know, breaking the rules, testing the boundaries, you know, discovering their own autonomy. That's you. That's your energy. Let's see what's hidden from you. The Four of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Fool. Okay. I love this for you, Virgo. Yeah. With the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, you've definitely been holding yourself back. I feel as though some of you, while I was reading this, was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing anything differently. I'm not changing. I'm who I am, and I don't wear a mask, and this is, you know, I don't know what you're talking about. And this Four of Pentacles, this Knight of Pentacles is you kind of fooling yourself, holding back, not letting your full self be free, and using all kinds of yeah, like not even to other people, but to yourself. Yeah, no, I like this. This is something I like when you really know you don't, right? Sitting in rooms with people and having conversations and doing activities and acting as though you're having a really good time when truly you'd rather be somewhere else doing something else. Yeah. So the Knight of Pentacles with the Fool, you are about to take some big leaps of faith, right? So you're going to show up maybe in a different energy. And that's going to look like you saying no when you mean no, saying yes when you mean yes. And you might show up differently than people have seen you. So that's odd for Virgo to say no. Virgo always does that. You know, we ask Virgo, we don't even have to ask Virgo. Virgo always brings it, you know. Virgo always brings the thing. Virgo always does the thing or says the thing or handles this responsibility. And here you are showing up and going, no, you know what? I'm not going to do that this time. I really don't like that, and I haven't liked that, and I'm just finally going to show up and let you know that that's not something I'm going to do. So if someone else wants to do it, that's great, but it's not going to be me. And do that unapologetically. Don't preempt what you're about to say with, I'm sorry, but. If you're Canadian, I know this is going to be an issue for you. Because we say sorry for everything, but it's important that you make no apology when you stand in your own power, when you stand up for yourself. All right, Virgo, let's see what we have for tea leaf cards. Pineapple, reconciliation. I think this is, it could be about a reconciliation with a friend or a partner or, you know, some person. But I really feel with this pineapple, you're reconciling with yourself. Yeah, you're no longer betraying yourself. You're showing up in your own energy. I love that for you. Position of authority, that's right. You're walking in with your crown. You have authority over you, Virgo. You get to choose. You have free will. You get to decide. You are not doing things to make other people happy or, you know, to calm a situation or to settle things down. You are stepping into your own power. I think I've said that like 4 times now. We have advice from a friend. You likely, Virgo, have a friend who does this already. You find it very inspirational. You know, they're who they are. They do what they want to do. They say no when they want to say no. They say yes when they want to say yes. They do their own thing. Maybe seek out their advice. How do they make it look so easy? And then we have carriage, a journey, either physical or mental. This is definitely a mental journey, 100%, but there could be a trip or a vacation in your future, something to look forward to. If it is a vacation or just even a trip, a work trip or something that you have planned, that may be the launch pad for the new you to show up in that new energy around people you don't know, who get to see you as you for the first time. All right, let's read your oracles. Find your own way. Inspiration in the unfamiliar. So I'm going to read that for you. These cards also have affirmations, so if you're so inclined, let me read it for you. Have you ever felt an unexplainable resonance with something new, like a painting, a song, or the face of a stranger? Finding inspiration is like discovering a forgotten ancestor. It provides your spirit with a new way to express itself and uncover new pathways to growth and fulfillment. As your spirit is a branch of the universe family tree, the key to receptivity is being present. When you're fully in the moment, even familiar places can offer fresh perspectives. Stepping out of your comfort zone regularly allows you to see your spirit reflected in unexpected places. This practice builds confidence and reveals new ways to channel your spirit's purpose. And the affirmation with this card is, may my heart open up, may my mind stay curious, and may my spirit be receptive. The line that struck a chord, stepping out of your comfort zone, allows you to see your spirit reflected in unexpected places. That's exactly the energy of the Hanged Man. That's exactly the message of the Hanged Man. I love when the angels come through with messages. Yeah, here we go. The angel guide oracle. Joy and contentment. Let me read that for you. Here we go. Be here now. Enjoy the present moment and all of the positive experiences that have unfolded and are continuing to unfold. A wave of contentment is washing over your life. Contentment is about taking time to reflect on your situation, enjoy the moment, and trust that you are always being guided. Your angel team is encouraging you to follow your heart now. Do what makes your heart and soul sing. Do what makes you smile, dance, and rejoice in the glory of life. Your angel guide is encouraging you to live your joy fully. Know that your ultimate purpose is to live joyfully, and through the expression of your joy, you will reach a state of bliss and contentment. Happiness is the key to inner peace, and you are being given an opportunity to experience it now. I'm going to read the extended message as well because I'm feeling guided to. If you find yourself feeling sad, drained, or overwhelmed, know that this is all about to change. In order to usher positive energy into your life, your angels are encouraging you to do what makes you feel alive. Whether you're drawn to pursuing a hobby, spending time in nature or with loved ones, or even having a digital detox, you're being guided to make those moves now. Anything that makes you feel positive, blessed, and joyful will support you in magnetizing more of these feelings and experiences into your life. Your angels are waiting to shine their light and love on your world, so call on them to bring in that love now. What a beautiful reading, Virgo. I really enjoyed it. I hope you did too. I hope it resonated in some way. If it did, please give me a thumbs up or leave me a comment down below. It helps other people to find the channel. It really does help a lot. Until next time, my Virgo friends, go on out there and have some fun and be safe. Bye for now.